Hit it, boys!
Hey, it's the Gypsies in the Palace Edition Margaritaville Podcast. I'm sitting here with Lars, Hallie, and a special guest today, Charleston Miles, otherwise known as Slim, our head of security who works in a partner tandem with Hallie in security for the Jimmy Buffett tour. Charleston, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, and guess who we're missing again today? 2 in a row.
Jared
is not here.
Second time.
He's got a promotion.
He did get a promotion for being a production assistant, but he's not working right now. You know what he's doing right now?
Washing clothes.
He's washing clothes. He took washing clothes over us. I can't even believe it. Again.
Being domestic.
Why do we even have him on the podcast? The first two, he's not even here. We're in Delray Beach at our hotel. Tomorrow's the show in West Palm Beach. He drove all the way home to Jupiter to go do free laundry. I know. And
how far is that?
That's just an hour drive.
More than 45 minutes. I know that.
It's about a half hour to West Palm, and then from there at least a half hour to Juneau or Jupiter.
I'm not a tour accountant, but it figures he could get it washed here and save on gas and everything.
That's
cheaper.
what I'm saying.
I know. And they got a laundry room here, right?
$2 to all the wash, $2 of dry.
You can't beat that, Snake.
$4.
$4. Even $5.
It's gonna cost you like $15 to drive back and forth.
Damn right.
No more than that. Gas has gone up since we got here.
That's right. We are in Florida. That's right.
Exactly.
All right, so we're in my hotel room here, and I got to say, it's a bigger hotel room today.
Yeah, it's a nice hotel room.
Well, that's not how it started out. I changed my hotel room today because I got the hotel room that had the air-conditioned vent that just like blew on your face the whole night from the wall. I woke up this morning, and I was like, I felt like I was getting a cold. Like,
is that the North Tower?
Yeah, North Tower.
It's blowing on my face.
Yeah. Is it blowing on your face?
Thanks for inviting me over here. You got a waterfront, too. I got the parking lot. Wow.
Yeah.
That's where my old room was, too.
I know, right?
But I just want to let you guys know, this is not the room I normally get, but at least we got like a little living room where we kind of space out here, right?
Cool.
Right.
Yes.
Nice room.
I wanted to go out to the beach today with this. You know, we've had 2 days off in Delray. Today's the second day off. We'll get into that, but let's just quickly go back to Orlando. Orlando show, Amway Center. I forget how big an arena that place is.
Oh, I know. It's a big arena. Nice arena and nice crowd.
Killer crowd, wouldn't you say?
Killer.
Crowd was excellent. The staff was there. I got to really comment on them a couple of years ago. Thought it was a little shaky, but this year it was so professional. We do a lot of buildings, but that was huge.
Do you find that, well, at least I find, sometimes it takes a little longer for the crowd to really feel like they're at the beach when they're indoors, right? It's a little more subdued. Not severely, but you just sense, because the lawn.
No
and
lawn
the crowd,
indoors.
the outdoor is really where the Buffett show's at.
It's no lawn, and it takes a little minute, but Jimmy still cracks that egg, and they takes them from that being in that concrete out to being on the beach.
But I didn't feel like that on Saturday. I felt like it was an outdoor show. Like it was a giant beach show.
Right.
People from Daytona, people from Clearwater, all over the place, going to the center of Florida and just really rocking. Mm-hmm. And the show's getting good. Like, it's starting to get its legs, so to speak, you know, after the first 2 shows and seeing what they want to do show-wise, which is kind of fun to see.
I've got a real quick question. How does the security change from an arena to an outdoor amphitheater? Do you give the same security brief before the show? Is it just dealing with more security?
You got more
officers?
Yeah,
What's
that's a good question.
I think that and the Snake can come in a minute. I think the amphitheater, that security is more tighter and more weathered because they do concerts, and a lot of the buildings sometimes they do basketball and different events. So they have a different mindset. And some buildings, Orlando, we played there before, so they're used to it. But when we play some of these buildings for the first or second time, they still got to get used to that beach coming in there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yes, and plus it's more security on the outdoor shows than the indoor shows.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Got it. That's interesting. I mean, it makes sense. You know, they outdoor shows, that's all they do, right?
Right.
And outdoor shows, it's more for parking downtown, like the Amway Center. They get a small parking lot, if that, because they have businesses that occupy the other parking lots for the tailgating, which is very important for our team. Hickey, you know that.
Cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I found a person that was lit up on the 4th row.
Did you find? Oh, what was her name?
It was a couple.
A couple.
Yes.
The last podcast we had, someone wrote in a question, and I apologize for forgetting your name. Lone Palm alley or something like that.
Yes.
Are you get ready to see the fourth row lit up? So what happened?
They had some lanyards, like lays, that were lit up.
They were lighting up.
So it was lit up.
Yeah, it was lit up.
Because you told me to look for
So
it.
did you like go, hey, you?
No, I was trying to get their attention,
Yeah.
but they were like looking at the Jimmy when Jimmy was singing and stuff. When the lights went down low, that's when I saw it. I said, "Oh, it's the fourth row."
You knew it was lit.
That's what I love about you guys. Like you're not really noticed. The stage is really colorful. You guys kind of blend in down in the pit and everything.
Right.
Well, the dark lights help because we're black.
That's true.
And we're
That's
wearing
true.
black.
And you're wearing
And
black.
we're wearing black.
That's right.
Yeah.
But you guys, your job, look, there's no mosh pit, but to the degree of managing a crowd when people are trying to find their seats or they're getting in the wrong row, and it can be very disruptive. You can see that. And it does that same thing for the band and crew. It's tough for them, when they see a commotion, that's kind of disruptive, right?
Exactly.
What I love about you guys is you guys see everything.
Yes.
Everything. Now, is it Jimmy's lavalier mic? Does that go to your ears too? Like if he hits the switch, can he say? Can you hear in your ears, or is it just security radio?
You just radio security radio.
He can talk to the band and he can talk to Stan,
Right.
our video
In
producer.
the past, he had it was connected to security, outside kick, but now we've been with him so long that he can look at us and look at
eye contact.
You guys know.
and
Yeah.
we figure it out. Me and Hallie has a radio, so if, for instance, if Hakey saw something, he can get on our channel and make us alert to it.
Right.
But another thing, what we do, we were that guy. So it starts with Jimmy at the top. He wants everybody treated good. I've been at concerts, I've been drunk, and sometimes I was on that end. So we try to treat everybody like a part of the family. We appreciate them coming, and we try to maintain it as a safe concert, and they have a great time.
And you guys see everything.
Yes.
You've seen everything at this point, right?
Yeah.
What
Yes.
were some of the craziest things, though? One of the ones, when the guy had to go to the bathroom, and they were scuffling, we turned around,
yep.
and the guy urinated on this guy's wife. And I'm run up there, and they swinging, and the guy said, "Smell it." Then I turned around and let him get a couple of more in before we took the guy out.
Yes. That's one crazy thing. Another crazy thing we saw when this young lady comes down the front row, her body painted.
And I thought it was a suit.
I did too.
Was it painted as a suit? Or
Yes.
what was
It was like a bikini.
It's like something over from Europe.
Got it.
Yes.
Where was this?
What was it?
Sounds like a Vegas thing.
It was like 2 shows after.
It was 2 shows, yes.
Because we were looking and I was like, that's a skin tight suit.
It was like in Florida somewhere. I think it was Palm Beach.
Did she come like running down the aisleway, or was she just in her seat standing and dancing naked with a painted body?
No, she walked down the aisleway and I was watching her walk down the aisleway, and then next to know she turns around and goes to like the second row. And then we kept looking. Then I said, "That's body paint. That's not no suit." And it was awesome.
It's a good career to pursue.
Let me guess, you didn't kick her out.
No.
I find that fun too. Like I think at the end of the night we can sit in the bus and however crazy our day was and however crazy day you guys had, and we can always ask you guys like, so what'd you see? What happened? Right. And there's always something like a good story coming from you guys. So
Think about the Parrot Heads. They're going to give us a tidal wave for Jimmy to ride, and they're going to give y'all plenty of stuff to put on this podcast.
yeah.
Well, and it happens
True.
too. We get on the bus after the show, like we may have we've got like a window of a few songs to go just check out the crowd and feel the energy, and we'll go to a separate section that you guys can't see too, right? And on the bus, we'll talk about, man, you should see what's going on in this section, or should have seen this costume. It's fun to kind of relate the stories of everything like that we've done.
Yeah, because at some point you probably crossed paths with like we were
the
talking the other
Batman
show,
guy.
the Batman, like
Batman.
Oh yeah.
I was going to bring that. You got to tell the story about the Batman.
I saw Batman in the parking
We
lot.
talked about that on the last podcast, and the Batman came to
Charleston, South
Charleston,
Carolina.
and he will be back in Palm Beach.
So not Orlando. He's coming to Palm Beach.
Yeah, he'll be in Palm Beach. Yes.
That
And
kind
the
of
day
stuff.
with me and Hallie, he took his mask off, and I look at Hallie and hit the microphone and says, "You tell Batman Jimmy said he wants his mask off." And he looks at Hallie and says, "We can't curse." He says, "Beep, beep. It's too hot.
It's too hot.
It's beep, beep, hot."
He's just suffocating out there.
Now, we saw Parrot Red on the front row.
Yeah, he it was his 100th show.
100 show.
100th show.
Was-
I don't know. I don't know what kind of money he makes.
Right.
But he buys his tickets, and he was there. He just got married.
He just
know
got
that. Are you
married.
serious?
I don't know. Was there? He was walking around with this blonde girl, lady, I should say, and a very nice lady, and she had a red veil on as the bride, and so that was. I forget what her title was.
Parrot Henry.
He was out. He was out in the parking lot giving out.
Go get it. You got it?
Mine's in my room. Hold on. He was giving
I'll
out.
get my backpack. No, take that. I'm gonna get my backpack.
100th anniversary Parrot Head Red shot glasses.
Shot glasses.
Custom. Yeah.
Get out.
Shot glasses
It had a
made.
picture of him on it. It had 100th show, and he was just handing them out to people.
Oh my God. He's promoting them.
And he goes, "I've been to 100 shows. I figure I spent about $2,000 a show."
Is he
And I do the
creating
math.
his
I'm
brand?
like, "Holy cow! I could have retired."
He's creating his brand.
In his brand. Oh, Parrot
he's a
Red.
trip.
Jimmy gave him a shout out last night.
There's a lot of loyal Parrot Head followers that spend a lot of money.
I think I left it on the bus.
Oh.
Yeah. Jimmy mentioned him on stage.
Yeah, and fins.
What'd he say?
You know, he just saw the fins, you know, and he's talking about
Because he's
going-
always got the teeth on the
Right,
forearm
right,
thing.
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
It's a lot of loyal. Speaking of Parrot Head Red, there's a lot of loyal Parrot Heads out there. They put the shows on their arms, and everybody notices it, and everybody appreciates it. So
Well,
Oh, yeah.
any wild thing you saw in Orlando, or just a really good crowd? It seemed like it was just a big party. Everyone had a great time.
Speaking of Batman, I saw another guy dressed up as a big parrot at the Lando show.
Really?
He was in very back
back,
row,
yeah.
and he kept trying to walk down toward the front, and they kept turning him around.
yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
flapping his wings.
Did he have like a full-on mask?
Yeah, the full suit.
uniform.
Full suit. I was trying to get their attention. Say, let him come down. Let him come down.
I was just gonna ask that. Like,
You know?
sometimes you give if they have a good costume, or there's there a little bit of a leeway.
Well,
like,
the Finn
okay,
guys. Because when Jimmy played
Oh, the Finn Men in
Yes.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the yeah.
one show, we stopped and I looked up and we saw the look. And so when Jimmy plays that, we let him, and it's just a vibe for him.
Yeah.
Which allows them to run through all the
Run through
sections, but they
all
don't
the
get in
aisles,
anyone's
They
seat.
don't get
They
in
just,
nobody's
yeah.
way.
Right.
so you were saying Jimmy kind of gave you a look like it's cool, let him
Yeah,
through.
yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
turn him loose, boo.
Turn him
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
But it just creates more of an atmosphere and ambiance, and they feel a part of it. And
Yeah, in that
You know,
big
that's what it's
stadium,
about.
when you see the fin lights come on,
Yeah,
it's
the
almost
lights go out.
it almost looks like it could have been a part of the show.
Show.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes,
Exactly.
yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Well, we missed out on the bus ride because we
Oh
were.
yeah, guests. Let me tell you, we go down and we look for our Larson guys, and once again, they had to get here to prepare this for you guys. They go to the limit and beyond to make
Oh
sure
yeah, we
you guys are
definitely
taken
went to
care
the limit.
of.
So
But that was a night I wish I was Hakey Larson.
our road manager, he's like, hey, if these vans are dropping the band off at the airport, and then the vans are going down to towards West Palm.
Right.
We're like, we can get our
You
stuff
can't turn
packed
that
early.
down. Yeah, you can't
We don't
turn
have
that
to
down.
wait till like 12:30 or so to get out of the venue. So okay, we'll take the van. So we rode with the band to the plane, and then the van just took me and Lars. But before we got in there, we poured ourselves,
A big red solo cup of rosé.
cup. Well, there was two.
Okay.
Yeah, we had
Two
about
cups.
we're all fired up. Let's just chill, and we did. And like, man, I didn't eat dinner, and by the time we were flying, we were like by Fort Pierce. I'm like, God Almighty, we gotta
Right.
just get to the hotel.
Uh-huh.
We did. We were gonna go out. We were like all fired up to go out, but
That
like
line kicked in.
at that point, had we pulled over, we could have. But like a half hour later, just like
Yeah, feeling when you get your rooms up to or your bag up to your room and you're
Start
like,
coming
You
down.
don't want that rosé wine
Yeah.
on your stomach. Nothing
No.
to eat.
Yeah.
You start
But
getting
we were gonna
tired.
go out to the sandbar. We said on Delray. They said
Oh,
right
yeah,
across
right
the street,
over
sandbar would be awesome, right? Jared's wife was there, and we were gonna go hang out and have some drinks. But we got in around just after 1,
about.
and
I would
it was already closed. So we just like, you
Okay.
know what? That's
Oh yeah.
that's
That's the sign.
time to shut it down.
That was the sign telling you
shut
to
it down, and we
Yeah, they
did.
close
We
up
got some
earlier.
rest, some much needed rest, and just so we can enjoy a couple days here.
Uh-huh.
What have you done on your days off here? Anything out of the ordinary, or what's your routine?
Sightseeing and working out.
What'd you go see?
We just walked around town, seeing the water, beach.
I was gonna ask you about that. Did you go in the water?
No. No water.
Are you worried about sharks?
Big sharks.
We've talked about this.
Great whites.
You're worried about great whites here.
It's
Do they have the great whites? No.
Yeah, they got great whites.
It's two things I worry about in Florida is sharks and alligators.
Okay.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
You know, they all over the place.
As a local, we worry about that too. I guess.
You being in Florida now,
Yeah,
right?
as long as you know about that.
And some of the smaller sharks kind of come up to some shallower water and bite you.
Exactly.
Are you worried about megalodon?
Megalodon. There's a big megalodon out there somewhere.
Tell us about megalodon.
The biggest shark or whatever in the history of the world. You know, it's so big it can eat a ship.
I would think it would take a megalodon to handle you.
Yeah, you have to. I'd be inside his body trying to punch my way back out. I'll probably drill a hole through it with my fist and just come out the side door somewhere.
If I saw megalodon, I would freak.
Oh, no doubt.
That's crazy.
I was gonna try to go to the beach today, but it's just been a little heavy duty on the work. Tomorrow is really a hometown show for Jimmy and the
I know
gang.
you
It's
hate
gonna
it
be
when we get in
West
this
Palm.
area.
It's a fun crowd, but man,
It's worth it.
Right.
yeah, it's
How many guests tomorrow?
I don't have a total count, but I know the.
Using that
I know
hospitality.
I know
outfit,
the
big one,
License to Chill Lounge is going to
the
have
big one that's up.
is going to have 400.
Oh my God.
That's
That's the most we ever
I
had.
think it
That's
around
a lot
that.
of LandShark
Yeah.
lager.
Man.
License
Hometown.
to Chill Lounge is normally like 150.
Right.
It grows
That's
down in this area.
That's hospitable.
It's
I
hometown.
mean, it's a giant tent. Don't get me wrong. Here
What's
in
the
town, but
largest one where we have
just the
license?
biggest shows like West Palm's a big one.
Yeah.
Right.
Boston. That's
Boston,
always a
yeah.
big one.
Boston's
right.
big.
Stage.
Yeah.
That's
Jones
a big
Beach is
Jones
big.
Beach.
I
Jones
think.
Beach.
Yeah, but it's a parking lot area, so it looks
Looks
like
small.
it's bigger.
It look like it
Right.
can contain-
Chicago.
Or contain more people, yeah.
Chicago's always that. Remember at the World, they get that tent in the concourse.
Yes, yes,
Now, that's
yep,
always
yep.
a big one.
Uh-huh.
I wish Cincy's was bigger. That one gets packed really fast.
Right. It's small back
Just
there.
not enough room.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be a big one tomorrow, and the weather looks awesome. And yeah, man, it's gonna be
hot.
hot.
It's hot there
Another
now.
hot one. I gotta wear better clothes this time, man, because walking as much as I did in Charleston, sweating like I did.
Oh yeah.
God Almighty, I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah, it was a
We
different
should
heat
get
in
like
Charleston.
maybe we can get an Under Armour sponsorship for like moisture wicking bodysuits.
Well,
You know
speaking-
that have a place to put your laminate and like a radio.
That'd be pretty cool.
Speaking of armor, is the guy we saw a guy wearing a Under Armour LandShark.
What?
Oh,
LandShark
rash
yellow.
guard
Rash guard.
in Orlando.
Yeah.
Nope. Yes, in Orlando.
row.
Front row. I know that cat. I see him in all the shows.
Yep.
And he
him
always
in
say,
a bunch,
snake, snake, and show me his muscles. I just saw him in Orlando. He
That-
said,
that's,
2 years
uh,
of making. 2 years of making. I'm catching up to you.
That's Matt Gibbons. Matt Gibbons follows the Margarillas on Twitter and on Facebook. He lives in Savannah, Georgia. He goes to a lot of shows, and he's originally from Michigan. Last year he was at the Michigan show. We said hey to him. He was in the pre-show party there. Because the guy just drives all over, spends his hard working dollars on a ticket and everything.
He said he did redone the whole house for his wife with all the wood, and he told her in exchange he get to go to Lando front row.
Yeah, and he
And he just finished everything in the
yeah.
house she wanted to
So
do.
we kidded him because that's his gear he wears.
Yeah.
He came to a show one time dressed as Elvis.
Right.
Oh, okay. That's the guy who dressed
Was it
himself.
Detroit? A number
Might have
of
been
years
Detroit,
ago.
I think.
Yeah, he showed up with our. He knows our buddy Elmer, who used to work at the
Tampa?
Ice Palace in Tampa. Yeah. Anyway, but we were kidding him because like Lars goes, he wears that rash guard, and Lars goes, man, what is that? An extra medium?
He get hot though.
So you saw that, huh?
He tries.
I don't know how
he come up to me. He come up to me every time and show me his muscles, saying that he's ready for me now.
Next time you should just say, hey, let me see. I'm going to try it on.
Yes. Yes. I will.
One size.
I want side. Let me try
size
that.
fits
Let me
all.
try his shirt on. Yeah.
His poor Under Armour shirt will be like a double XL then after you
Yes.
stretch it out.
With that.
It'd be blowed out.
Yeah.
Oh man, what happened with your bus ride? Did you go to? It's what 2-hour bus ride really?
Yeah,
so it's
it was
like,
2.5.
Yeah, it wasn't.
That's time.
Yeah, it
You
wasn't
can't
that
really
bad.
go to sleep.
No.
Did you stay up?
I stayed up most of the time. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. watching the television.
We got a long bus right after West Palm Beach. That's a
13,
long one.
right?
Yeah.
13 hours?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, man. We got
Put us in there like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
we got double bus drivers.
Okay,
Nice.
We follow the law.
That's rough because you just basically get your stuff up to your room
Yep.
after you check in, maybe dinner, and go to bed.
Yeah.
Then load out.
Oh, that's
'Cause
right.
you gotta
It
look-
gets in, what, 4?
Yeah.
2 or 3.
The Thursday shows, I think, are always the hardest.
Yeah. Especially when we
Yeah.
got that long ride like
Yeah.
this one is.
Yeah. Well,
But
I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I think the parking lot opens up at noon.
yeah, speaking of hard shows, you guys met Jason, our audio guy, in the gym today, right?
Oh, yeah. We're still talking about
Yes.
Jason here. Hallie said he was down there. You were...
We was training the two
Lourdes
ladies.
and Carol.
Yes.
God,
Lourdes handles what?
and a special
Wardrobe.
announcement
Wardrobe,
today.
dressing
Helen
room.
Hyatt went to the gym and did chest and shoulders with us.
Look
What?
at Helen. She's head of
Helen
wardrobe.
Hyatt.
Yes.
Wow.
Lourdes does wardrobe and dressing rooms, and Carol is our video director,
Yes.
I believe.
Stands
Between her and
producing.
Stan, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's
Yep.
what it is. So you ran in. You were in the gym with Carol and Lourdes.
Doing a little bit of cardio.
Okay.
Show him a little bit of cardio. And then our sound guy snuck up in there.
Jason.
Jason. And then
Surprise.
he was
He's
with
over. He's on the stage left side with Billy with monitors.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he
Small,
was
he's not a
Awesome,
big
yeah.
dude.
yeah,
Awesome
about
guy, super quiet.
quiet.
I wish we could hang out more.
About
Yeah.
160 pounds.
Yep.
Something in that area.
Fit. He's fit.
Fit,
But
yes.
yep.
Trains.
So I put him through a little workout today.
He said what he wanted to do. He wanted
Some
to do-
arms. He want to do some arms today.
And you're
so-
like, okay.
Okay, I put you through my workout, my arm workout. So we got halfway. We got about halfway through it. He started sweating, and then he said, "I got to work tomorrow."
cables and everything.
I said, "You be fine, man. Just keep
Did
going."
you do the whole workout?
Yes, we went
Yeah,
through
he
the whole
did everything.
workout.
He was sweating. He was in there getting it in.
Yes.
We got to go see him tomorrow and just like go.
Pinch his arm.
Touch
Yeah.
his, yeah, touch his arm.
Helen's gonna be. They did light, very light, but they still gonna be sore because that was
Yeah.
our first time coming back. But
Right.
it's good to see those ladies in there
Yeah.
putting it in.
Getting it in.
What-
Getting it sweat.
Now, and going back to the beach, did you walk a little bit down in the sand and just check out people out there? I haven't even gotten over to look at the beach.
No,
It
I
was
didn't
just
go. I ain't
quiet.
get into the beach area yet. So we hadn't gotten there yet. But
Yesterday was busy with Mother's
Oh,
Day.
Mother's
yeah,
Day.
it's
Yeah.
too busy.
Pools busy, the beach,
Yeah.
down on the
Restaurants.
street, A1A,
Yeah.
Right.
Atlantic, everything. Was
Every restaurant was about what 2-hour wait.
2 hour wait.
Really?
We
Yeah.
went right to the bar and got instant food. It was
Mm-hmm.
great.
I got a few questions that were sent in on Twitter to the Margarillas. Hashtag GITP, Gypsies in the Palace. And once again, I just want to let you know this podcast is brought to you by LandShark Lager, our tour sponsor, as well as this podcast sponsor. We love the folks at LandShark, Beach in a Bottle, and the official beer of bus number 4, and technically bus 1, 2, and 3. They've got it too, but they don't have a podcast. And we want to give a shout out to all of our friends and the beautiful establishment that it is, Margaritaville Resort on Hollywood Beach, Florida. It's beautiful. Love that place. I wish we could have just stayed a little further down the beach,
Yeah.
but that would have been a wait.
Nice.
We
That's
got to
right.
leave at 6:50 in the morning tomorrow to get to the venue, and otherwise we'd probably have to leave at 6 a.m. And
We
that was-
played that place, and it's just like if you haven't been to Hawaii, you go experience Hollywood. It's like being in Hawaii. The layout, the beach, the pool.
those pools.
It's unbelievable.
Pools.
Yeah,
Pools,
nice. Lots
that's
of
right.
room.
Not single.
We got to go
Yeah.
back there. We should throw. Oh, man, we'll be there again.
That's
Yes.
beautiful.
Anyway, we want to thank our sponsors for that. So I'm going to go down the line here. The questions that were sent in for this particular podcast. John D. It's at JDoll1289. He asks, "Hey Margarillas, do you guys even have a memory card in when you go out with cameras? I've seen you guys out a couple times and nothing on Mark TV." No, that's not even a real camera. Actually, we do, but the stuff we shoot goes on the pre-roll. So it's when people tune in before the live broadcast, like it's, last 2 years has been 7:30, now closer to 7:45. We do like a 10-minute roll that leads up to Bing and Bong. Mm-hmm. We're planning on doing more Facebook Live, but are we going to keep doing that, Lars?
Chances are you're going to start seeing more stuff on Facebook.
Yeah.
We've it's tricky when we do the pre-show, the 7:45 or in the years past when we went 7:30 up until showtime around 8. It's hard to judge when Jimmy shows up for the Bing and Bong show, so that makes it difficult. So sometimes we switch in and out of some of the content that we've produced, so you miss a lot of that stuff. So instead, we might just bypass all that and go right to Facebook. So check out Facebook, check out Margaritaville's YouTube page, and you'll find all that stuff there moving forward.
Excellent.
Yep.
There you go, John. Okay, next question from Bill McLeod. He says, what gets you laughing backstage when something happens on stage or in the crowd? Anyone want to take that first?
Mostly in the crowd. When people do something crazy in the crowd and we all start laughing, or something happened on the stage, or something funny on the stage that one of the band members done on stage.
The impromptu stuff. Every now and again, Roger
Yeah.
will like hit the drums like dun-dun-dun, and Jimmy would be like,
Right.
not realizing, well, he had that help of, with the joke, or it was an inside joke, and then Jimmy gets to laughing because he knows what Roger is hitting the
Right.
drums for, right? That's always fun.
I think Robert's pretty fun too, because I just don't know how he does it. He'll stare at you and be hitting all, like, from steel drums to tambourines to everything else.
Like, even
Right.
forget the
While
steel
looking
drum.
at you, I couldn't tap a table without missing the table if I turned away and
Like,
stopped looking at it.
He makes up beats that are within the beats when he's
Right.
not on steel drums, just doing percussions, and he'll smile at you and do silly stuff, and you're watching him, and you're like, he's just messing with us right now, But you're also like, God, he is amazing.
He's that good. He's that good, man.
What amazed me is like when I see the band, when a lot of the guys get out of character, because some of them are cool, some of them are stars. Max won the, country award 10 times. And when they're on that high wave and you see them jumping and dancing and acting like a kid out of character into the music, it just makes me laugh. And then after the show, they're like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, that's
right.
true.
That's what I really love.
I like crowd participation. A couple years ago, I remember there was like a group of people on stage right in the front row, and they all had captain hats on. And then when Jimmy went into pencil thin mustache, they all put on these pencil thin mustache and glasses, and they were
Yes.
dancing. And you're going, that's really cool. And it gives, I think that the band sees that too, so that gets them fired up.
Another thing,
Yes.
what I like to see the crowd do, pass the word. Everyone, when Jimmy plays these certain songs, everyone light your phones up. That is one vibe that is incredible. So light your phones up, get everyone in there, pass the word. Get your extra battery charger and light that thing up, man.
We need more than just the fourth row lighting it up.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
It looks awesome when they're in Orlando. It was crazy. They lit up the
Yeah.
whole building in there. And it was just a nice
And that's
vibe.
that's especially cool when the seating is tiered. And
Oh, yeah,
you're
yes,
surrounded
exactly.
in lights. Yeah.
I like at times Jimmy has fun cracking jokes to the band. I remember one night, I forget where we were, but no one was, Jimmy goes down the line, Mac McAnally from Mississippi or whatever. And it came down to Doyle, and we were somewhere like in the, I don't know where we were, but no one was from anywhere there. None of them from the band and crew. And Jimmy just decided to go, Doyle Grisham from, whatever.
were.
Yeah, wherever we were. And everyone's like, he's not from here. And Max said he looked at Jimmy, and Jimmy goes, well, he could be.
Yes. Right on the spot.
And I remember last year when we played Indy, when was it Huey opened?
Oh, yeah, you.
And there was this girl in the like the second or third row, tan, red hair, in like a summer dress.
Right.
And I remember we were out there and we're like, wow, check out that girl. Huey comes off stage and he goes, I think that's the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my entire life. It's the most beautiful girl. And then the Coral Reefers were like, really? What's going on? What? It goes back to Bing and Bong show, and then we go out there and you can tell the guys are like, everyone's trying to look, where's this beautiful girl you're talking about? And they're like, oh wow, she's pretty.
Yes.
It's always funny.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
But the costumes are some of my favorite, I gotta say. And the people, they'll crack up when they're, every now and then someone puts up a sign or
yeah.
Okay, here we go. Our boy Matt Gibbons writes in, what are some of the Margarilla's favorite places to visit that you've seen by virtue of working with JB? And I'm going to include our security as the Margarillas as well, because they are. Any, it's like a really cool place you never thought you'd go to, but you had to go because you were working for Jimmy. You're like, wow, this is amazing.
Tahiti.
You went to Tahiti?
Yeah.
Oh, when he did
Mary, what was the little bar? Mary Jane?
Bloody Marys.
Bloody Marys, yeah. That was a trip because I've never been there before. That was
What was your favorite thing about it?
the people were not in the cottages. You walk like a half a mile out, and they're built right on the water.
No, like over the water.
Over the water, and then like you have your desk, the top you could pull it open, has a light, and they have food where you can feed the little stingrays, the small sharks.
So wait, you move.
The top off is the glass. You slide it off,
And you
they got
see
a
through
light
your
shining
floor.
through there. The water is down there, yeah.
And then you can drop food through
And
there.
it's unbelievable.
Wow. How about you?
I remember when back in the day we went to the Bahamas to Atlantis when that grand opening with Michael Jackson.
That's right.
You know,
That was unbelievable.
and that was unbelievable.
And everybody, not
Like,
just
really
Michael
Michael
Jackson.
Jackson?
Yeah, if it was
No,
Michael
not
Jackson.
just Michael Jackson.
Jackson, it was everybody was there.
Jordan?
Grace
Was
Jones,
Jordan there?
Yeah, Jordan was there.
Grace Jones, Big Pun,
Big
all
Pun.
the celebrities there, and Jimmy's niece,
Oprah Winfrey.
Whit's daughter, got pulled up on stage.
That's right. When
Michael
she was
Jackson pulled her up, pulled all the kids to the front.
when she was little.
Sarah Bella?
Sarah
Yes.
Bella, when she was little,
Yes.
Michael Jackson pulled her up on the stage. True story.
True
What?
story.
True
when she was
story.
like, when she was about what, six?
Little, yeah.
6 or 7 years old.
Incredible story, seriously.
Yes, I remember that.
He said, bring all the kids around the stage. We
Stage.
were singing that
Song.
and he actually pulled her up on the stage.
Now, I remember what was the one? I remember the story. You were with Jimmy, right? And there's a huge crowd of people, and they were bringing, and Michael Jackson, his security were bringing him through, and like it was like
Oh, no.
partying like the ocean, right?
It was on the
No,
pool,
no.
but by the pool.
It wasn't Michael Jackson.
It was a Big Pun
his
and
crew and the hip hop guys.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio. They had a big crew of posse.
Leonardo and Big Pun
was
were
with
hanging
Big
out?
Pun.
Yes.
No, true story.
True story.
They were walking by the pool. We were there with Jane and Jimmy.
Yep.
And they were walking by. They even pushed some people in the water. And we looked at Snake, and I was like, here we go.
Right.
And they got right up to us and said, what's up, bro? Went around us and continued walking around. That's a true story.
That's a true story.
That's a true story.
And
Even Jane and Jimmy stuck their chests out and started smiling like, that's right.
In that same night, we was by the pool, we just hanging out, and everything was going on. And I remember Cameron and Pun fell asleep, and I had him in my arms.
You had to carry them to the
I had to carry both of them.
to the hotel room.
you had Delaney and Cameron.
I was with
Yes.
Jimmy, and he carried both of them to the room.
Yes. They was from
They were
the
little, too.
yeah. It was a long walk. Also.
Cameron had to be like 5.
five.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
And I had him in my arms like this, walking up to
6.
with the nanny. We going to the
Because
cab.
Jimmy said, Snake, you go with her with the nanny, and then he grabbed both of them.
Yeah.
And I stayed with Jimmy.
And I get halfway there, and my arms was cramping. And
Randall and Susan
yes,
were there.
Randall and Susan.
Yeah, sweet
Yep.
people.
And I couldn't like drop them. So then some of the security guy coming to me. You need some help? I said, yeah, thank God. Need one of them.
What's this guy stealing 2 kids from him?
I know, right?
Like, no, it's totally cool.
Who's
Yes.
this guy with these kids?
I'm Hallie Poppins.
So we gets up to the put him in the car,
Yep.
and it was like,
What about you guys? Tell me some of the...
On two. Well, I mean, you
Mind
guys pretty much
blowing.
top it with those 2 stories.
No, it was just...
I think one of the coolest things when I went to South Caicos to film some bone fishing stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And that was super cool because it used to be a salt industry down there, and they took a fan boat with 2 paddle boards on the fan boat out for miles. And we were on this fan boat for miles, and we stopped the motor, and we're still in about 2 feet of water.
get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
that's
water in the
outrageous.
Caribbean
Serious?
it's just
It's just
crazy.
Really? It's
Like
2
crazy.
feet of water.
you can go miles and like just jump out and stand in the waters
That's
up to your
how it
knees.
is.
That's my kind of
I
water.
was gonna say, that sounds perfect.
I know. I wish you could have seen Hallie's eyes. They lit up like
Man.
I need to.
You walk out for like 2 or 3 miles, and then it drops deep.
Yeah, and then like it's a whole
It's-
different
yeah, it's
color,
like the
and
abyss.
yep,
Man.
yeah. And they used to do all the tuna fishing back in the day there, where they would, wrangle
Rush
all the
them up,
tuna,
yeah.
rush them up in the shallow
And
water,
2
and you
feet
get a
of
couple
water.
100-pound tuna in 2 feet of water.
And then
They can't go anywhere.
That's when you have Hallie and Charleston there to just.
What's the
Yeah.
fish?
Right
What's the
between
fish that jumps in your boat?
Are those the flying fish?
Yeah,
Or the ones, or is it like the marlin when you got it on the line? They go crazy and they don't mean to. But I think it's they just come out of the water.
Oh, it's going
It's
to
that
water.
flying
Probably
fish.
flying fish,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Just jumps in your
Yeah, I
boat.
think.
Who's come there, fly right over?
Yeah.
That's wild, eh?
What about
Yes.
you, Hakey?
I gotta say, it's a place I never would have thought to go to, or because I don't know. We went to Tangier, Morocco.
Wow.
After we were looking at places to play in Paris, and we picked up Frank Marshall.
The Tank?
Frank the Tank.
Oh, Lord.
Those of you who don't know, Frank Marshall, our good friend on tour and cousin.
Very successful.
Very successful movie producer. Goonies, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, Jurassic World.
I'm gonna interrupt you
Born
as
Identity.
I'm gonna
Born
interrupt you
Identity.
as Frank said to me one time. Quit promoting the old movies and start promoting the new ones.
So, and Frank every now and again plays guitar on stage, but he is now become the unofficial DJ for the License to Chill party when he can be there.
Catch that party when Hakey puts him on the ticket.
The dude he does. Anyway, I'm getting to the story, but Frank he DJs all of the rap parties for when his movies are done filming. So Lars and I were looking at his laptop the first time he did in Vegas, and he's got
he saves his playlist.
But the playlists are the name of his movies, so you know where he played them, and you're like,
nice.
God dang, look at these playlists, and he is good.
Yes.
Even, like,
He surprised me.
yeah, Richie, our sound engineer's like, tell Frank, he's promised me a playlist for people walking into the show. I want it because he's a really good DJ. Anyway, so we pick up Frank. We fly into Tangiers, Morocco. Jimmy is going to meet a gentleman whose family Jimmy knew from Alabama. He was the headmaster of this school there, where they teach kids in Morocco English, right? So we get there, and it's during Ramadan, and we're dropping off Frank Marshall because he's there to finish filming or a few scenes from Born Identity 2. So they're actually filming in there at the time. But I remember just going in there Ramadan, and then like when the sun was setting, you could hear all the prayers coming out from all the and you're like, it was a little eerie because you're like, you don't hear that at home, but it was also like during the day they fast and no one goes out on the streets, but then at 11 o'clock at night it looks like Times Square, like everyone's out in the cafes and everything, and it was just and everyone's speaking either Arabic, Spanish, French, or English. They can just go from one to the other, and you're just going, unbelievable. That was a really cool. For me that was like, wow. I'd never thought to go there and to see that kind of thing going on. It was pretty cool. So. Lots of others too, I gotta say, but I gotta say those are a few. Okay, Kendall Hamilton, best bus ride you've ever had, worst bus ride you ever had, and do you always break down in Alabama? That last part, it seems to be that if we do, our bus breaks down in Alabama, but it hasn't recently.
Right.
Thank goodness.
We've had a lot of best. The worst bus ride was the time where we had that blowout and it slid in the middle of the medium of the hotel.
That was in Alabama.
Alabama, and nobody died, thank God, but it could have went either way.
Yeah, we went the middle median.
Exactly.
Going east.
And that was probably the worst bus ride.
And for me, that's also the best bus ride because that's the bus ride.
Right, we had the party. That was from Dallas to Atlanta.
Because we had special guests.
So we picked up the crews it was bus one.
Exactly.
Who went into the median. And at that point, Hallie and Dan
was on the roll.
Yeah.
We've been up for like...
Set it up properly now.
We've been up like 12 hours, 15 hours, whatever.
But before that little accident, that party went for 10 hours with you and Dan. Hard. And I mean, the bar was dry. Yes. And then we brought on the wine drinkers.
That's
and they took it.
Yeah, bus one's a lot more chill than we are.
Take it from there.
They'll read in their bunk. They have a nice cup of coffee in the morning. They might have 1 or 2 glasses of wine after show and just settle down. They come rolling in, and meanwhile, there's a 10 cane rum. What is that rum again?
10 cane rum.
That's gone. A bottle of vodka's gone. Some beers are gone.
It was dry.
It was a dry bar, and I'm watching it all unfold. And they get on there, and I love it. Hallie's very talented. He doesn't let people know or talk about it.
Right.
But Hallie gets up, and he starts doing his Scarface impersonations. Remember that?
Right.
He put on...
Because he had a hat.
You got a fedora.
Yes.
You got a fedora and you put it on your head. And let's hear it. Let's hear that. What'd you say? What's the one line?
Rich Davis.
What the line about the Scarface line?
Yeah.
Say hello to my love friend.
Go on, Hallie. Let's hear it.
Hold on.
Now imagine, Rich is in there.
And Chaz, the lighting guys too, they're like, what is going on?
And they say, you got to drink some wine. Then you said, they said, we ain't got no wine. You came out
and because no one sees Hallie like Hallie
this is just on when we ride.
On our family bus.
And they didn't know. I don't know if they knew we were up all night. They all went to bed for some period of time.
Right.
So they didn't know what they were getting into.
That bus is coming from sleeping, almost dying,
to
Ibiza. The island of Ibiza. You go to Ibiza, non-stop partying.
Yeah.
And Rich is saying, oh, you ain't got nothing to drink. If I had some wine. Then Hallie says,
bam! Say hello to my little friend.
a big bottle of wine, and it takes off, bro. That was crazy.
And then you call him a cockroach.
You little cockroacher. You little cockroacher. Cockroacher.
He's standing there and he's like doing this thing, and
then we talked the bus driver to pull over. We ran into the grocery store and picked up more wine.
Yeah, we did. God, yes. Yeah, that was worst and best. I think
isn't that when Andy got off and didn't know whether he lost his sense of
direction? No, we talked about the last one. That was from Dallas to Charlotte. That was so good.
That was crazy.
But I still think my favorite bus rides are when we used to do 2 shows in a city.
Right.
Because let's say Thursday, all we got to do is cover up the equipment, lock up the stuff, and by 11:15, our bus is going back to the city, and you just go out.
Yes, and when we came down,
and you pre-party on the bus on the way to the city, and then by the time you get to the city, you're like, let's
remember when we were going down Georgetown. And it was Georgetown was rocking, and we had the bus on playing
hot.
I
went back and told Keno,
and we was partying, going down Georgetown with the bus and just rocking it.
We went back and told Keno, you got to play this song. We kept begging him.
Yes.
And Keno played it, and those people were raised in hell. And Jimmy came out and said, "What is that?" Mm-hmm. And Keno said, "It's hot." And Jimmy said, "Play it every night."
We got to put that back.
Of the bulls.
We got to put that back in the show at some point.
They love it.
They love it. Everyone runs. It's like those of you who don't know, but most of you probably do if you're listening to this. It's kind of like when you're ringing the bell, like time for school. Time to eat, whatever. When you play that one. Those are some good bus rides. Hope to have a few more too. Let's see. Any other questions? I'm just scrolling down. I think that's about it. Anyway, all right. Well,
just want to tell Matt, give your son back that rash guard. Thanks, babe.
Yeah, boy. Hey, I want to thank Charleston, our special guest, sitting in today for that
Jared. We're
gonna have Charleston again. He's good. He's very, very good.
We're gonna have to chip in, guys, so Jared can. We'll pay for your laundry, Jared. Come back and do your job here, buddy. We love you.
No show, Jared.
No show, Jared.
That's gonna be his nickname now. No show, Jared.
Parrot heads. When you see Jared, tell him don't do your laundry. We want to hear you on the podcast. Remind him, please.
I know he can. I mean, we've got plenty of merch, right? We can get put in a collection to get some tour shirts to wear.
We give him $4 for laundry.
I know. Hey guys, thanks for joining me once again. This is the Gypsies in the Palace edition podcast, brought to you by LandShark Lager, Margaritaville Beach Resort. We'll see you on the road. We got 2 more shows to go: Virginia Beach and Bristow, Virginia. After this one tomorrow in West Palm Beach, and there'll be a recap of that one as well. So we'll talk to you soon. And fins up.